But these pastors and general overseers, they've worked themselves out. They are worn out. Then how do you expect somebody to attend 16 people during the day? You woke up 8 o'clock in the morning. You walk and walk and walk. Then he ate the lunch. Then he ate the dinner. Then when it's 10 o'clock again, night vigil started. And their night vigil will not stop until 4 a.m. in the morning. And do you remember that God did not create prayer? Then even in Hollywood too, it's the same thing. We want to go to California. We need to go to Hollywood. We need to go to so. They go to the herbalists. And anything you collect from the herbalists must be a dirty thing. It's not a thing you can enjoy life for a long time. When the pastors are lying before the altar. In CAC, they does that. In Celestial, they does that. Testimony that never happened in life. You know how to tie people down. These are liars.
For more prophecies and gospel news around the world, subscribe to 12 Star TV and turn on notifications.
You know there is no medicine for stress. Where you're supposed to rest, and you think you can still go, there is trouble. Many of our pastors, they don't take care of themselves. And you know they lie to enter the job. Because the Bible says, I know my people, and my people knows me. You get the point? When you look at 2 Samuel 14:14, Ezekiel 14:14, then Psalm 49. Then when you look at the book of Jeremiah 6:16, then when you look at the book of Ezekiel 16, 47, 48, 49. Then when you look at the book of Psalm 23, and when you look at the book of Exodus 23, from verse 19 to 21. Then when you look at the book of John 8, 1 to 10. Then when you look at the book of John 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then when you look at the book of John 15, from verse 15 to the end. Then when you look at the book of Matthew 25, from verse 1 to 5. Then when you look at the book of Acts of the Apostle, the book of Acts of the Apostle 2, from verse 10 to 17. Then when you look at the book of Acts of the Apostle again, Acts of the Apostle 26, 27, he said, as we now have trouble with the ship on the high sea, he said, I'm warning all of you to remain calm, because there will be no what? Loss of life. If the Lord is on your side, nobody can be against you. But these pastors and general overseers, they've worked themselves out. They are worn out. Then how do you expect somebody to attend 16 people during the day? You woke up 8 o'clock in the morning. You walk and walk and walk. Then he ate the lunch. Then he ate the dinner. Then when it's 10 o'clock again, night vigil started. And their night vigil will not stop until 4 a.m. in the morning. And do you remember that God did not create prayer? Prayer is not in the book of Old Testament. You will never see any line that tells you about prayer. In what? In the Old Testament. Then the prayer they were talking about was when Jesus was going. Matthew 6. He said, how do we communicate with you, sir? He said, when you are going, anytime I've left, this is what you should do. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. But presently now, that one has been doctored. And that's why he said in the book of James 4, 1 to 5. Then James 5, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. He said, Elijah is like a man like us. He gave me an order, and I followed. And that's what he said in the book of 1 King 18, from verse 18 to the end. Then 1 King, in that 27, 28, and 34, he said, King, let me go home. It looks the rain is going to fall today. After 3.5 years. Ọdún mẹ́ta àti oṣù mẹ́fà. God is with him. He said he wanted to fast. In 1 King 19, the Lord said, no. I still have 70 what? Blinded, original what? Original prophets. Tested and confirmed. still in one place. That's it. So automatically, these people, the hardship in town, recruited all these dead pastors. The hardship what? In town. Then after leaving the night vigil again, then they will not rest. Gio, somebody is looking for you from London. Gio, somebody is looking from you, Cairo. Gio, somebody is looking from you from Massachusetts. No sleep. Do you know you're supposed to be on your bed by 8 o'clock, relaxing and watching your television until the sleep will take you off? Then woke up 8 hours sleep every day. Go and test their corpse in the mortuary. They've lost count of sleeping. And that's why they were driving. You know when there's no engine on in a car, can you drive it? No. So that's the problem. That is the problem. Then even in Hollywood too, it's the same thing. We want to go to California. We need to go to Nollywood. We need to go to so. They go to the herbalists. And anything you collect from the herbalists must be a dirty thing. It's not a thing you can enjoy life for a long time. And when you look at the book of Exodus 23, 1 to 5, then Matthew 5, 1 to 8, then Matthew 25, 1 to 5, then Matthew 25 again from verse 16, 17, 18. He said when he was going, he gave us talents. He gave us what? Talent. If you are selling more in a demotor, and you are doing it well, you know somebody can leave Ikeja to go and buy my money. Somebody can leave Agboju to go and buy the money. Because that is your talent. The one we go to university to go and learn is a choice of things we like to be. I've seen a doctor. There are two brothers in Chicago. Now they are not practicing. COVID made them not to practice medicine again. They are into what? They are into truck business. They are into what? Trucking business all over America. And they're making more money than when they were doctor. You know, everybody wants their sons and daughter to be a doctor. They asked the woman, why did you want your son or daughter to be a doctor? It's a killing job. It's just as if they're in prison. They want their daughter to be nurse. What do you gain from nursing? Even in Nigeria, nobody respects nursing here. But in America, they respect nursing job. Because there are a lot of people who has a crack head. The population is too grown for bad people. Autism, this and that and that and that. A lot of people sick down there. So who is going to help us to what? Take care of them? Which Biden cannot do, Donald Trump cannot do, Clinton cannot do. So these people have to go and do the job. So automatically, they don't rest enough. Either God called them or God did not call them. They did not rest enough. I want all Nigerian pastors, general overseers, to reduce night vigil. Don't toil with your life. Then at the end of the day, all the church members will converge. We'll be telling all the church the work is too much. We'll be telling Baba the work is too much. We'll be telling the pastor the work is too much. But you are not paying him. If you give him good thing, then he will sit down and enjoy those money. But the fact is that about 99.9% of them did not have callings. They did not what? They did not have callings. Do you know God's work is Sunday alone? It's what? It's Sunday alone. What are you doing in the church on Wednesday? Why are you supposed to be in your farm? What are you doing in church 9 o'clock in the morning on Thursday when you're supposed to be a pilot, being on the air, taking care of people? Where you're supposed to be a surgeon to work in the hospital. You know, I gave you a vivid example the other day. Somebody who conducted a mole throughout the whole week. And somebody who was taking care of the mercy land and praying every 3 hours for 8 days. Who will eat the choice food amongst them is the man who conducted for the mole. Because 1 Thessalonians 5, if you read it all, and when you look at 1 Timothy 1, from 4 to 10, So they did not have calling. They were working for their stomach. They were what? They were working for their stomach. And money is not in circulation. You know, in Nigeria, they're still looking for shop to rent if they wanted to do any business. But since 10 years in America, I've ordered a lot of things this morning. It will come here by Tuesday. They got the place order. Then the DHL bring it to you. So automatically, put it on 500,000 to get shop in Oshodi because you want to sell flour. You're supposed to rent. You have to set up a website. Tell them where you are located. It could be in your one room of your 3-bedroom flat. Then when they order, you take Okada or Marua or anything to go and deliver. Then if you wanted to stay with a bastard as a pastor, Kojokoto Lori Buruku, láti Monday to Friday, tó o bá ṣọ́ra ìwọ fúnra náà máa dùn lórí burúkú. Ó dàbí Nàìjíríà tó wà ní Texas tó wà ní Amẹ́ríkà tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní prison. Ọkàn ní táìmù àti lọ́lé lọ jẹun ni àwọn náà pápá ẹlẹ́wọ̀n ni. Ẹni tó ti ṣẹ́yún mẹ́jọ tó ti ba wùmọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó wá bá Débóyè tó wá bá dé Abíára. Tádé Abíára dẹ̀ sọ fún pé Ọlọ́run máa ṣèyanu nítorí pé àwọn méjèèjì ní òdì ajá wọn ò lè fọwọ́ torí wọn ò ríran. Ọlọ́run ò lè ṣe nǹkan kan fẹ́ni tó ti ba wùmọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀. Ó mọ orú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó ṣẹ̀. Ẹni tó dẹ̀ burú jù ní ìtọ́lọ́run dájù láyé lọ́run lóbìnrin o. Nǹkan tó wà lábẹ́ wọn kò ní mìtà. Ìkà tó ti ṣe ní sisi wọn ní jẹ́ sọ fọ́kọ. Ẹni tó dìsíwájú wọn kán tó délé ẹ̀ pàpà ó ń gbé síìtì kejì wọn ní sọ fún ẹ. Wọn ní sọ fún ẹ pé ó bá wọn sùn rí o. Dẹ́nu ó tún lè tún mọ ibi tó tún wà náà kọ́ máa wálé ọkọ ẹ̀ nígbà tó kọ ẹ̀ bá lọ bí ṣe. Obìnrin ni o. So ká tún bẹ àwọn ìyàwó wọn kó má lé wọn lé. Nígbà tẹ́ni ẹnìkan bá ṣerú wàhálà mọ́ títí alẹ́ tó ṣètú gbé ètò tó sọ fún ọkọ ẹ pé tí ó ti lo kíní tí ó ti lo àgbo ọ̀pá ìyẹn ọ̀pá wo náà dìmọ́ lẹ́yìn tó ń làgbo ẹ̀ torí pé kó lè ṣe ẹ̀mẹ́jọ láàrin òru orí obìnrin náà ló máa kú sí. Then he said in the book of Ecclesiastes 7 and 8, the last 3 verses, ó ní mo rò tó korò jù ikú lọ lábẹ́ ọ̀run ó ní obìnrin. Kò sí nǹkan tá a mú wáyé tá a ní sílẹ̀. Then ọ̀dọ̀ ayé yìí kẹ̀ àfọwọ́bà sílẹ̀ ni. Kì í ṣe nǹkan tí a gbọ́dọ̀ wà mórí. A lè parí iṣẹ́. A máa fi iṣẹ́ lẹ̀ síbi lọ ni. Tó bá dẹ̀ lóun obìnrin bá sì náà ibi ló máa fi lẹ̀ sí lọ. Anything tó bá ti gbé sọ́kàn ọkàn àyà ẹ̀ òun lọ́lọ́run ẹ̀. And when you look at 1 Timothy 4, 1 Timothy 5 and 6, he said a lot of things. He said a lot of things regarding how we must rest. Even in the book of Genesis 1, when you look at 8, 9, 10, 11, even 12, the man rested. Wọ́n ní lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ kẹfà, ó ṣe kí ni? Ó sì ní. Then over the day church táwọn àgbà pẹpẹ, it happened in Celestial and Cherub. Wàrà àwọn àgbà wọn ti sùn lọ ní Sunday. Wọ́n wà á sùn lọ wọn ti sùn àgbàlagbà. Àdẹ̀rẹ́ ni jí wọn. Their body is tired. They are tired. They're not supposed to be there. They can go home. Because the Bible said, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. And all the Nollywood, all the Molway driver, virtually 99.9 Nigerians are living with high blood pressure. They are living with what? High blood pressure. And then when you have the high blood pressure, when it gets to a time, it will not result, you will now have what? Diabetes. They are twins brothers. And a lot of them are dying of cardiac arrest. So that's the problem. They didn't have the proper calling. Because he said, anything more ni mo yan, anything more yan ni mo ṣe kini, mo ṣe lógo. Àdúrà tó dẹ̀ ní kó máa gbà, kò sí àdúrà. Torí tàdúrà bá ń gbà, kò sẹ́ni tó máa ní miscarriage. If prayers are being answered, there will be no tenant. There will be no megad. Everybody will get what is required for. It's not like when you get to a bucateria, where they are selling food, and you are a millionaire, you can go there and be pointing to what they should bring out for you. Then we got to a time, the woman will look at your face. Why is this person a rich person? Yes, he's rich. Then later, the man will now say, how much is all the whole beef? How much the whole fish? then you pay and leave some change. You look for a job for 7 years after NYC. You don't get a job, and you have 3 children, and your wife can sing. The only thing is to be doing praise worship in the house. That type of person, is it the Lord that call you? You call yourself. And if you want to see the reaction of all these pastors and general overseers, when you finish church on Sunday, come back on Tuesday and tell Adeboye or ask Adeboye, ask Abiara, and ask Oyahilome that, our church is growing now, sir. How much do we have in church account? He will insult you. He will mess you. He will see the other part of your pastor because he's there to spend your money. God will never come to any church and take money. That's why I tell my members at times, if you have money, you contribute. If you don't have money, don't contribute. Ọlọ́run sọ pé kéèyàn máa wá síwájú lọ́wọ́ òfo nígbà tó dẹ̀ wá níyì kan. Ṣo fẹ́ para ẹni? Because nobody want to work in Nigeria and time shut up. So everybody should go and rest. To go and what? Try to rest. There is nothing you can do if you rest. If you don't rest well. And if you are annoyed, you cannot get anything right. Anytime annoyance comes, go and sleep. And don't gossip. And always say the truth. The pastors are lying before the altar. In CAC, they does that. In Celestial, they does that. Testimony that never happened in life. You know how to tie people down. These are liars. And then the damage and the persecution and the insult and the mistake and the rubbish that can happen to you if you are a liar is more than when you run into an accident. All Nigerian pastors, general overseers are liars. They lie a lot. They lie telling God to hold on. But they have forgotten that life is arithmetic. When you fail to fill your position, anything can happen to you. Anything can what? Can happen to you. Wọ́n ti hùwà rékèrékè tó pọ̀. Nígbà tó ti rí nǹkan ọmọ pẹpẹ, ṣe bó rántí Ayọ̀rìndé tó rí odidi èèyàn mọ́nú pẹpẹ. Ó rántí church tó ń kọ́ ní Enugu tí wọ́n fi odidi ènìyàn ṣe foundation káàkiri nílò serious bus tó ń pa wọ́n. Ẹjọ́ ta ni kí ni wọ́n wá tàná wọ́n wá. Then lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí sìn babaláwo fi celestial shepherd ó fi gún ṣe ó fi ṣẹ́ṣó. So when you look at Psalm 28, Psalm 28 verse 5 and 10, you're not there, my brother. So nǹkan tó fa stress yìí nìyẹn. Èmi tàná ò bá tè nítọ́lá ò bá tọ̀lá lọ́wọ́ wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ gun jeep. Wọ́n fẹ́ lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà. Wọ́n fẹ́ fò lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà bíi ti Marcus. Wọ́n fẹ́ lọ sí London bíi ti Marcus. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ sí London bíi ti Abiara bíi ti Ọbádáre. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ ra jet bíi ti Oyedepo. Ìkòkò tí yóò jata ìdí àgbóná. Yes.
Olúwa àpáta mi, èmi ò kígbe pè, má ṣe dákẹ́ sí mi, bí ìwọ bá dákẹ́ sí mi, èmi ò dàbí àwọn tí ń lọ sínú ihò, gbọ́ ohùn ẹ̀bẹ̀ mi, nígbà tí mo bá ń kígbe pè ọ́, nígbà tí mo bá gbé ọwọ́ mi sókè sí ìhà ibi mímọ́ jùlọ rẹ, má ṣe fà mí lọ pẹ̀lú àwọn ènìyàn búburú àti pẹ̀lú àwọn oníṣẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí ń sọ̀rọ̀ àlàáfíà sí aládùúgbò wọn, ṣùgbọ́n ìwà ìkà ń bẹ ní ọkàn wọn, fi fún wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí iṣẹ́ wọn àti gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìwà búburú ètè wọn, fi fún wọn nípa iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn, fi èrè wọn fún wọn, nítorí tí wọn kò ka iṣẹ́ Olúwa sí tàbí iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ rẹ̀, òun ò run wọn, kì yóò sì gbà wọ́n, kì yóò sì gbé wọn ró. Olùbùkún ni Olúwa, nítorí tí ó ti gbọ́ ohùn ẹ̀bẹ̀ mi. Olúwa ní agbára àti ìṣàánú.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy 12, 1 to 10. Then Deuteronomy 28, 15 to the end. The causes are there. In Deuteronomy 28, verse 47 to 54, it said, once I did all these gracious things to you, and you refused to respect me as God, what I will do, I will make sure I made foreigner to come and come to you. And the foreigner that you will not even hear their what? Their languages. Who are the foreign body? Cancer, headache, all these type of petty sickness to take over you.